A woman who accused the late financier Jeffrey Epstein of sexual abuse testified Monday, saying Ghislaine Maxwell set up their meetings and spoke often about the sexual topics, including Epstein's cardinal needs. The woman testifying under the pseudonym Kate took to the stand to start the second week of Maxwell's federal trial on charges including sex trafficking of minors. Kate is not considered a minor victim because she was over the age of consent at the time of the alleged abuse, but the judge ruled that jurors are still allowed to consider her testimony. Kate said she first met Maxwell when she was 17 during a trip to Paris. She said she kept in contact with Epstein until around 2012. She said she was about 24 when she last traveled with Maxwell and Epstein, but continued contact with Epstein through her early 30s. Prosecutors say Maxwell and Epstein created a pyramid scheme of abuse to lure underage girls into sexual relationships with Epstein. Meanwhile, Maxwell's defense argues that she was a scapegoat for Epstein's actions.
Well, President Biden will be holding a high-stakes video conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin today as the White House weighs possible sanctions against Russia should Putin take military action in Ukraine. And that as the administration announced a diplomatic boycott of the upcoming Winter Olympics in Beijing in protest of China's human rights abuses. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Washington.
With new satellite images giving a clearer picture of Russian troop movements near the Ukrainian border. Today, President Biden is preparing to confront Russian leader Vladimir Putin about whether he plans to attack the U.S. ally.
Reaffirm the United States support for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine.
The White House press secretary confirming the Biden administration is prepared to respond with sanctions
that could have a detrimental impact on the Russian economy.
But analysts say President Putin has been undeterred by economic pressure in the past. He wants to keep Ukraine from joining the Western military alliance, NATO, and to prevent NATO from putting advanced weapons systems into the country.
What we have to do now is beef up what we have in the way of security for our own troops, our own presence in the NATO region, provide more equipment, defense equipment to Ukraine.
The simmering tensions come amid a separate diplomatic dust-up with China after the White House announced a diplomatic boycott of the upcoming Winter Olympics in Beijing. While athletes will still be able to compete, no U.S. officials will attend the games in protest of China's human rights abuses.
Let's make our statement loud and clear through not sending diplomats to Beijing.
China calling the boycott an offense and promising necessary and resolute countermeasures. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.